recording. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 2 of Afterwatch, the show
Four.
after the show where we just give our final inputs on the matches that we've all seen today, as well as who we think are upcoming, you know, kind of celebs within the community, the upcoming pros, I guess you can say, as well as, our favorite plays throughout the matches and whatnot. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is the Isolation versus Nice Howler match, the end of the Red Division. What are your guys' inputs on that match?
Well, I'll start. I was pretty impressed with both of these teams, but I mean, particularly Night Howlers. Obviously, they were the ones who ended up winning in a 2-0 there. But there were some pretty strong points for both teams. Both of these teams are sitting at the bottom currently of their division, and so this was pretty much a consolation prize. Although the team that lost, Isolation, did with their loss tonight, they completely ruined any chance of being able to get into the playoffs, unfortunately. So, for that, Night Howlers kept themselves with a little bit of a chance there. But Night Howlers, they really, I think, what won them this fight over Isolation was the coordination on ultimates. We saw time and time again, Isolation would go in and they would get the frags, but they would use 4, sometimes more ultimates to win a team fight. And then come the next team fight, they're left with absolutely nothing, and Night Howlers is able to just push in and take advantage of that. And I think one of the biggest parts of Night Howler's success was the phenomenal job being done by their tank core. So I mean, really, it comes down to a lot of the fundamentals of Overwatch that led to Night Howlers coming out in a 2-0 win over Isolation in that first featured match.
Yeah, I'll add there is just it was definitely like a super intense match. It was just we had Night Howlers. They had a strong performance on Route 66. We're like, wow, they're just really dominating here. And then all of a sudden we go into Numbani, and it's just, you just see these C9s from Night Howlers, and we're just like, what's going on here? And then they lose it, and because of a C9, and then it's just like, okay, well, here we go. We go into Oasis, and then they just completely bring it back on Oasis, and just 2-0 punish Isolation completely. It was easy. Like, it was a great match.
Great turnaround.
So, yeah.
Who do you guys think were the highlighted players, or the players that you guys were looking towards the most during that match?
Well, I gotta say, I mean, Deathball. I do have to say, but that being said, there were some members, especially for Isolation. Gold Batman is someone I've been keeping an eye on all season long, and not someone I had experienced before this season. So it's been really impressive seeing him kind of come out of nowhere and put up some good performances.
Yeah, definitely. For me, it's like Death Kangaroo. He's just absolutely killing it on Rhino and Winston. Also, I guess to throw in the support there, Peering Cloud for Night Howlers again, just absolutely like amazing Moira play. Like I was keeping an eye on her, like almost never died. Just so much healing she was outputting. So, yeah.
The Blue Division, Turnback versus Hanamura Ninjas, or as they're now known, what are they known as?
Ryujin Esports.
Ryujin Esports.
Yes.
How did you guys feel about that match?
Well, it was actually a really great match, honestly. Hanamura Ninjas ended up winning 2-0. It was either 2. Yeah, they didn't go to Oasis, I believe. It was a great match. There was some great plays from it. It's really hard to say. It was a while ago, but Dova King was actually going crazy there. He did lose connection there on the right, and then they ended up bringing Desiree in, who went to the healer, and then we saw someone switched from healer to main tank, and I can't remember their name. Regardless, though, the match was actually crazy. I didn't think any. I don't think a whole lot of people expected Honor Managers to pull it out. There are a couple, Zigzag to be mentioned, but they did great, and I hope to see more from them. Back to the Red Division. What do you guys think was the best upset match throughout the day that you saw?
There was quite a bit actually. I think personally for me it was Goliath versus Spacebound. You had like most people thought Goliath was gonna win, if I remember correctly from that poll. And it was just I knew some of the players from Spacebound. I knew Blue Ninja was a great player. But I hadn't really seen Goliath a lot, and so I was kind of expecting Goliath. So I was like, oh, okay, they're probably gonna win. But Spacebound just came in, and it was a super close game. It was, I think, yeah, it ended on 1-1 on Oasis, and then Spacebound was able to win it at the end on Gardens. So yeah, personally, that was my favorite upset.
What about you, Gold?
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree there. The MSBH versus Vanquish game was very, very good, and another close one as well. But that Goliath versus Spacebound game was just right down to the wire and featured some of the biggest back and forth. And we were talking about it while it was going on, and Spacebound had just put a lot of resources into Blue Ninja, and he, popped off the first map, kind of got shut down the second map, and then it was all about his team figuring out how do we make up for what he's not doing on the third one, and they were able to do it and come out on top. I was just really impressed with Spacebound today.
No, that's pretty cool. They're great players for sure. From the Blue Division, I think my personal opinion, well, it wasn't really an upset. I know TAC Extreme was been the talk of the community as like someone who should be feared, but Red Suns did amazing against them. Like they actually brought it to Game 3 on the Oasis. There was some great plays by I believe Salsa Boy on their team. I am having the worst trouble with names today. Regardless, Red Suns did amazing today. And their defense was just so strong on both times. On Kings Row, they really showed up. And that would be my pick for the upset, regardless. What about favorite players from you guys on the Red Division?
Yeah,
for this
overall,
week, I guess.
Oh yeah, overall for me it would definitely be Riha Huntress and Shao from Saints, and Riha Huntress is from
MSBH.
MSBH, yeah.
Yeah, I do have to agree with the Shao pick. I also, God, there was, so I too am blanking on names a little bit. But well, I mean, one name I'm not blanking on. Razor playing the Brigitte on Spacebound, and Mex, you playing Brigitte as well for MSBH. You guys both popped off, and I loved watching it. I loved watching how you were setting up your teammates as well. I saw so many shatters set up by good Brigitte play that it's exactly what that character was supposed to be in my mind competitively. And so like seeing you guys be the first ones really that I've seen to do it well, I'm impressed. But yeah, obviously Shao played very well. I think Blue Ninja played very well. I think there were a lot of other people. God, who is the tracer for Spacebound? I'm completely blanking on that one as well.
Spacebound, they didn't have a tracer.
Oh, their other DPI. Who is the other person that? Was,
Great White Jack.
Great White, that's right. Yeah. Sombra, that's right. Great White was also playing really, really well on the Sombra and had so many really powerful EMP setups for the rest of the team. That it's like these are just the little things that don't necessarily show up in the kill feed all the time, but really do make the difference. So.
Yeah, they don't let the other Lucio play the game.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man.
Battleship.
Yeah, Battle Sheep it was, who was just kept getting turned off over and over again. He's just trying to play his music, man. He's just trying to jam.
Nah, some of my favorite players I saw today were Zero, playing for the Hanamura Ninjas. I think he was really a great asset to them, and he really showed it. They set up well. They set up like Graviton over and over, and he would just kill and set up perfectly with a tire, or a what's the word, Dragon Blade if needed. And that came back and back. There was another player, Salsa Boy, who he's a main tank, and he played for either Nobody or R3B. I'm not sure which. I apologize, Salsa Boy, but there was his Winston was just on point. Really brought the team together, made the space that he needed. It was great. Before the red division, what about favorite moments of the day? Like favorite plays, maybe play of the games, anything like that? What do you guys think?
I loved watching Xiao just put a Graviton perfectly underneath the deflecting Genji sword. It's one of those things. I knew the grab was coming. I knew that I knew the enemy team knew, and so it was one of those things where it was, is this play going to happen? Is he going to be able to deflect it? And Xiao was fully prepared for the deflect and put it literally right underneath the hitbox of the deflecting Genji, which, I mean, as any of us who have played against a Genji know, that hitbox can be incredibly hard to predict sometimes. So that, I think, was one of the biggest heads-up plays of the day that I saw.
I think for me, out of all the ones we saw, we definitely saw a lot of great plays today. We saw on Route 66, there was that shatter from I think it was Night Howlers, right? Who they were able to get this shatter like pretty much the entire enemy team, and then they came back and they had a Graviton and pretty much got like a 4-man.
Yeah.
But my favorite play was from Vanquish versus MSBH in the second map that they played, Kings Row. This is the map that Vanquish won. It was overtime, and they're in the streets phase, and Vanquish is defending, and all they have to do is just get MSBH off point, and they know that they have the Graviton Surge ready, and Bance just comes in, swoops in with his defense matrix, eats the grab, and then they just completely win the fight, just pretty much off of that, and that was my favorite one.
I was also.
That's a really good one. Yeah, he actually forgot that Diva was on the other team, that they swapped to the multi-tank thing, which was kind of funny. Yeah. My favorite play was it's a hard one. Probably back to Salsa Boy. When he was playing on Route 66, he was primal raging, trying to get the team scattered as possible. And right at the end of the primal rage, a Diva Bomb came from his team, and with the last bit of time he had left, he booped the Reinhardt above it because he was right next to it, and the Diva Bomb ended up killing the Reinhardt and a support, I believe. It was actually really well. It was really good awareness from him to realize what was happening and use the last bit of that to get the best value out of it. That's what I really liked. But yeah, today overall, I think we had a lot of good plays. A lot of good teams participated. It really just gets excited for whatever we come next week. See what other things happen. You guys got any more input for that?
Yeah, no, it's just a great week. Just so many close matches. I think the only stomp we had today was Saints taking on the Merch Cherry Blossom. It was like the only game that was decisive. Everything else was a real slugfest. So it was definitely a great week and a lot of fun casting.
Sure. Yeah, no, I had a blast as well. But thank you guys for tuning in. Catch us next time on the next Afterwatch, next league day, every Sunday. Peace out, dogs.
See you.